Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion, 3 times over, 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
But Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Terence, and Bud just fought live on TV. And things got heated quickly. Floyd tried to downplay Bud's win over Canelo by saying that Canelo wasn't very good anyway. Fans think Mayweather was talking because he was angry. Two ages are coming together. Two heroes who hate having to share the throne. Floyd is very busy because he fights in shows with Mike Tyson. Crawford is busy cleaning up the divisions. Show it in the ring. Everything stopped talking in the studio because everyone knew there was more going on than just talking. It was an alert shot from the new leader. Let's break it down. It started out as a simple argument. The host asked a question that had been around for a long time. Which boxer is better, Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford?
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
As always, Crawford sat quietly and politely. Floyd paved the way, without a doubt, but every generation has a monarch, he said. I'm just being myself.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going up that much.
Now,
Floyd didn't like that, though. He moved forward and shot back. The boxer Canelo never really did well. You're not me just because you beat him. The studio blew up. Fans flocked to the live chat because putting down Terence Crawford's work is something that you should never do.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah?
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
Anyway, but did more than just beat Canelo. He destroyed him. There were no arguments or reasons during the 12 rounds of surgery. People made Canelo, the face of boxing, look like everyone else. Floyd is getting ready for a Mike Tyson show, and Crawford is bringing the sport together.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have 2 of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
Instead, Bud told him, then prove it. That's not okay on Twitter. in talks, or in the ring. It got crazy on the internet.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division. Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter, then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship, and then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Terence Crawford is not trying to become famous. He is changing the past. 42-31 knockouts. There is only one other man boxer who has never lost in all 3 weight classes: lightweight, welterweight, and super middleweight. He did it the hard way. There should be no politics, pick and choose, or catch weights.
And I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And not even, and honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather is the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now, heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted.
I'm not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. But that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that. And not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like that.
From beating Errol Spence Jr., who everyone thought was too big, to going up to weight classes and beating Canelo Alvarez in front of 70,000 people, he has done it all. Crawford might be the best player ever, not just the best right now.
He hurt Canelo a couple of times, and he looked spectacular. Congratulations to Terence Crawford for that great performance, and man, it was a great fight.
Were you expecting more from Canelo?
I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting Canelo to knock out Crawford, to be honest with you, because it's 3-weight divisions. Well, he did fight one time, the higher division, but and to me, it's 3 weights, you know. He had to go up a lot in weight, and that's what I was expecting. But at the end of the day, you know, I got to give respect to Canelo. You know, he has done so much in boxing that it will be hard for somebody else to achieve and make. He trained hard, you know, and he said that he tried, but the body did not respond. And I've been saying that, you know, the body is worn out, you know. Canelo is young, but in boxing life, he's worn out.
Analysts like Max Kellerman have said it before. Floyd's resume might not be as clean as Crawford's.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him lightweight. He jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. That makes a difference to people.
Because, let's be honest, Floyd's 52-0 record is well known. A lot of those fights, though, happened at the right time. Pacquiao took it easy. Mosley is no longer at his best. Crawford stops athletes in their tracks when they are at their best.
Do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can knock him as well. You know, he's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Floyd fought to protect his zero, and Crawford is now fighting to protect his reputation. That's why fans today would rather talk about effect and numbers. But Floyd's kingdom seems to be falling apart as Crawford rises to greater heights.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically went every round, so.
Yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
Let's face it, Floyd Mayweather changed fighting forever. He made it a sport worth $1 billion. He created the money brand, which made fighters rich just by saying his name. But that shine has been starting to fade lately. The former unbeaten king is now selling circus fights, like the one he's about to have with Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson is still throwing bombs at people even though he is 58 years old.
It was recently said that you're going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the hell did he agree to fight you? That seems like a bad decision by him.
Well, listen, I was minding my business. I'm flying my birds, tending to my children, and he's the one, he came with the sign. His name was on the contract signed already. And he was talking really bad and nasty to me, so I was like, God damn. I thought we were friendly, talking crazy. He said, all right.
That's got to be such a cool thing for boxing fans, though, Mike, to have two of the all-time legends in there. Are you excited just to see the thing of that like it was with you and Roy?
Nah, man, we want to get him, man. What are you talking about? You guys talking crazy. Like, kick his ass.
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, I thought the exhibition. He's talking crazy.
So he's like, but Mike, come on, man. He can't be doing anything to you. Like, that's a bad decision by him.
Hey, he made a good money choice, though.
The fans don't like it. It was once called the best thing ever, but now it's called the greediest thing ever, because this fight takes away from his reputation instead of adding to it. It has been called reckless by doctors, experts, and even fighters.
Well, Tyson, if there were some pre-arrangement for this fight, Tyson's animosity, well documented towards Floyd. Any chance that he's going in there and, and saying, hey, screw all, I don't care what agreement was made, if there was one at all, I want to kill this dude?
Nah. He's going to get a check. Floyd's going to get a check. And they're going to get a check that's real huge because of their names. So nobody's finna fuck their money up.
Floyd is going up against a man who can still knock people out. He's doing it to get hits, not to beat other people. At the same time, Crawford is over here protecting the integrity of boxing, fights, titles, and rests that are real. That's why the host asked Floyd, why don't you fight Crawford? He stayed away. I've already shown everything, he said.
They were saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10 or top 15,
Yeah.
easily, There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
I don't need to go after young fighters, but only smiled because the pause and silence said it all. Craig didn't need to yell or flex. He said something that made the room quiet. I'm not like other people. I didn't look for money. I'm always looking for something new to do. That line hit Floyd like a ton of bricks because it's true. Floyd made a lot of money by fighting properly. Crawford is becoming famous by beating everyone.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason. But Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds. And in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
No, he's not hiding behind retirement. He's not picking famous people or people with a lot of power. He is taking a step forward and waiting, being brave enough to risk everything, which Floyd never did. Floyd seemed angry when he tried to downplay Canelo's skills because of this. All of his friends know that Canelo is his guy. He taught and watched over him while Crawford made him look like a person. Floyd now tries to change the story by saying Canelo has cleaned up. Floyd had lost touch with the fight game, and Bud's win showed that to both of them. Crawford doesn't want to talk about the past. The future is being built by him. Boxing is split into right now. On the one hand, there's the entertainment age with its trend battles, gimmicks, and contests for nostalgia. Warriors like Crawford, Usyk, and Inoue, on the other hand, are keeping the sport alive in the right way.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this training before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course, congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he can do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
To drama on Floyd's side sells. Crawford's family offers history. Fans are becoming aware. People didn't cheer when they heard about the Tyson fight. They shivered. At the same time, Crawford always gets people's attention when he talks. He's not talking to fighters who are quitting. Champion are being called out. He doesn't want to be paid. He wants to be challenged, since numbers aren't the only way to measure greatness anymore. Even old-school stars like Roy Jones Jr. think Crawford is already better than Floyd when it comes down to it, but has taken every risk there is. It got really crazy in the live chat after the interview. A lot of fans are shouting TB, which stands for the best ever. The other half is singing TB to Bud's era.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight. And that's what led him to be so great, you know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions, you know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
A lot of people on Twitter said that Mayweather had sold his reputation for money. Crawford does not talk, he yaps. The Mike Tyson fight is a Netflix show that could go horribly wrong at any time. Even skilled fighters have different opinions. According to Shocker Stevenson, who agreed with Crawford, "We're watching greatness right now. Enjoy it while you still can." It was cool of Calvin Ford to say that both fights were jerks from their own times, but the truth is that they were both right. Floyd built the platform. Crawford, on the other hand, shows everyone why the sport is important.
I do. You do? Yes. Yeah. Who will win that fight? Floyd. Floyd will win that yes, sir. I love you, Terrence. Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in this
The funny thing about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
That's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere. Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
got a pioneer, right?
Yeah,
you got it.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
Every age group has an icon. Ali let Tyson speak first. Tyson talks to Floyd. Floyd can now see Crawford holding the torch and making it burn. The main difference is that Bud didn't ask for it. He earned it. Floyd built an empire by taking over the fighting business. Crawford left a lasting impression by making it an art form. He's not trying to avoid fights. He is not waiting for the right amount of money to come in. He's taking on giants and making them look small.
Saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT, greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches, not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists. You know, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence? Yeah. Oh, of course. Of course he is.
At the same time that Floyd is trying to make news with Mike Tyson, Crawford is trying to live forever. This live interview moment is important because it wasn't about ego. It had to do with evolution. A guy started the sports foundation, and other guys helped shape its direction. At the end of the live show, neither man changed his mind. Floyd told everyone that he is the model. Crawford told everyone once more that he is better.
I beat this guy. It's an excuse. I beat this guy. You know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know. And the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, you know. So I just think, you know, when you that much better than the competition, you know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.
He said, if you think you're still the best, prove it in the ring. It looked like Floyd's jaw stiffened, as if he knew what we all knew. There's more to Crawford than just being the face of fighting. He's fighting. Now, here's the question. Floyd Mayweather, has he really retired? Is there still one fight left in the story? Type your thoughts below and click subscribe. The next film will be with you.